What up? What up? It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And as y'all see, I got my road dog with me, my guy Maceo. What up, dog?
Big time. What's happening, baby? What's happening?
I'm good, bro. How are you doing, man?
Hey, man, it's hump day. It's Wednesday. Already the year. It'll be June tomorrow, it seemed like.
Yeah. Tomorrow, dog. Tomorrow. That's crazy.
Right.
What's going on, bro?
Listen, kids, last day of school for the youngin.
Yep.
10th grade on deck. You know, what's she going to do for the summer? I don't know. I wish band practice would hurry up and start already, but hey, man, life of a dad, dude. Life of a dad. What can we do, brother? What can we do?
Hey, man. I was going to say, I don't get this. This is Georgia, I guess. So in Chicago, when we were in 8th grade, we graduated, right? We had graduation. So at my daughter's school, she's leaving 8th grade. And they had something of a walk the hall day.
Right. Yeah.
So you know what that is?
So that's something new. We've had these last few superintendents, and they feel like it's more of a transition from 8th to 9th grade than having to have like a, not even so much like cap and gown, but a promotional exercise. So they're saying, let's start this transition thing. They've been probably doing it like 3, 4, 5 years now. A lot of school systems are going to it. I know Cobb still kind of had, because my daughter from 8th grade, they had a graduation, but a lot of people are doing it now.
Right. Mike, yeah. Because look, Mike, all I'm saying is, when I got there, first of all, I'm thinking it's going to be the way they described it. It was nonchalant. Like, all right, you're going to go watch them. I'm talking to my daughter. I don't want to do this. Like, I just pick you up afterwards. And she's like, well, Dad, I want to leave early. So I'm like, all right, that's the only way they can leave early.
Right.
You know what? I get in there. I get there, bro. It's everybody sort of usually the drive around where you're supposed to pick them up.
Right.
All cars are parked there. So I could barely just come into the school. So I had to get ghetto and park right at the end, back up, and so I could leave out. And we just sitting outside cooking outside. And all they doing is walking around. It's like, what is this?
Yeah. Like, transition. It's them saying goodbye. And because they're going to go from being the big kids on campus to now they're starting over. They're starting anew. So it's something crazy. You know it's crazy. Big Mike,
I hated it. So we were complaining. Me and my youngest daughter was complaining. Man, this is some BS right here. But anyway, but I'm glad that she's going to the high school. I don't want her to go to high school, but that's
time waits for nobody, brother.
I want
time
this
waits for nobody.
To be the longest summer ever because I don't want her to go to high school. But I already told her so. Yeah, man. See, yeah, I wish they weren't doing that. This is a good school, Mike. So, but anyway, we appreciate y'all being here, man. And real quick, man, I had an interesting day, man. I'm getting old, bro. Mike just said, spoken like a 185-year-old man, bruh. Why last week? So I had to get a fill in, like crown. I got a fill in. Why last week, bro? I'm flossing everything, bro.
Fell out.
Part of my tooth fell out, dog. I'm like, what the hell is he?
Yeah.
I tried to put it under my pillow though. I ain't gonna lie, but I was like, what's going on? So today I had to go ahead and get that done, man. So hopefully I won't be in no pain later on. But anyway, man. Hey, yo, let's get this show kicked off, man. We got a good show ahead of y'all today, man. We're talking NFL, we're talking NBA, MLB, WNBA, injuries. We got all of it, man. But I want to roll real quick into these quick hits real quick because first I got to talk about. I don't know if you saw Lamar Jackson drop weight.
Yeah.
Because he wants the word is he wants to be more agile. I don't know. So you tell me, bro, what you think?
I don't like it. Because one of the reasons that he supposedly gained weight was to be able to absorb the hits. And now the thing that you wanted to take out of your game so much was you didn't want to be known as this runner. Your running is not the issue. You know, by you drive away. So now you're basically telling us now, okay, now I'm going to pull the ball down and run some more. Well, now here comes the injuries. Now here comes you turning the ball over. So he's in this thing. I don't know who's in Lamar's head.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally I don't like this because it's time for him to become more mature in the pocket. He has to eventually win games. As we always talk about all these mobile guys. You got to start winning the game from the pocket. And that's why you bought Derrick Henry in. That's why you're hoping Keaton Mitchell returns to form from last season. So you don't have to run. Like, we don't need Lamar running. We've seen that story. At what point are you gonna mature Lamar and understand you until you win the game? Look at Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes only runs out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need from Lamar Jackson. I don't want to see Lamar running for 130, 150 yards a game because that means that their offense isn't doing what it needs to do, and he's still not going to win a Super Bowl. So I think it's terrible that he dropped weight. We saw what it did for Cam when Cam dropped weight.
Yeah, right.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You know where it came from? You say you wonder who's in his ear. I guarantee you, it's that uncle. Was that right. Oh man, you letting them white people control you, man. You need to go back to school and run. And everybody co-sign. Ain't that right? Look, he talking to somebody. He ain't even in the conversation. Ain't that right, nephew? But you know how we do, man. And I guarantee you that got in his ear because you're right. Why? I mean, to me, his sophomore year, he balled out. Like that year was unbelievable. Throwing the ball. People forget he threw 36 touchdowns that year. Yeah. His sophomore year.
Yeah.
But last year was the year where you saw him really look like a quarterback. And it wasn't honestly, it wasn't even the stats more so than how he just took control of the team.
Right.
When they needed him to throw, he threw it. He got the first down. He would run when he needed to run. We didn't see Lamar running like that, but the team was better.
Right.
It was a bad call game, a horrible call game by Baltimore. That's the reason why they lost.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. There's no reason for him to drop weight.
Yeah.
Or anything. If anything, I thought he was going to try to bulk up a little bit.
Bulk up a little more.
Just a little more, man. You don't need to do that, bro. I just think I don't know. But Mike, you say this talk comes every single year about him. Not with him losing weight though. We're just that he shouldn't do that. No. And I guess what Mike's saying is he would be fine. Just stay what you was doing, bro. Just progress.
I mean, because he won. I think last time I checked, he was the MVP last year, right? Yeah, he was the MVP last year, and in the AFC Championship game, I mean, when he had an opportunity to pull the ball down, he didn't.
Right.
So it wasn't that he was too heavy last year. His edge, he just refused not to run because he wanted to prove to everybody what this pocket passer. Meanwhile, Pat Mahomes on the other side, every time was a 3rd and 8, a 3rd and 10. No, he took off and scrambled for the first down.
He did.
Lamar, come on, dude. Like,
you ain't got to do that.
Whatever, Lamar.
Stop listening to him, man. Just play your game. Just get better. That's all I gotta say, man.
It's crazy.
Here's something interesting, man. And I usually don't talk about other sports companies. I mean, like my brothers, you know what I'm saying, Crush, everyone else I do, but people that I'm, my brothers and everything, but like I usually don't talk about like TNT or the 4-letter network. But I'm gonna bring TNT is because I mess with TNT. I think we are, and this is different because it's not necessarily. Well, just listen. So we all heard that there's been rumors that this might be the last year for TNT. Well, it came out that after next season, NBA will be featured on NBA, NBC. I mean, ESPN, NBC, and Amazon.
Yep.
And it's the last year. Next year will be the last year for TNT. I'm not gonna lie, Mace. Like, bro, why would you make that decision? Like, I don't know who is in charge, and it might be money. I don't know. But you got to make that work.
You know what it is, Raphael. We witnessed this during Super Bowl in Las Vegas. We've seen the shift in the dynamic in media rights, media relationships. The NFL has basically shown everybody that, hey, no matter which way you do this thing, you get these bidding wars and everything going, and streaming, and everybody's going to pay for your service. Now, TNT has, to me, now love their show, love Chuck Kenny, love everything about it. But the thing that I think has crippled TNT is they're so Laker dependent. They're so Golden State dependent. And the league has changed. Like think about every time that you turn on the TV, for people who don't have the ticket or all these other methods of watching the game, you're gonna see New York, you're gonna see the Knicks, you're gonna see the Lakers, you're gonna see Golden State. Meanwhile, we don't see enough Denver. We don't see Minnesota. We don't see all these up and coming teams, and you have all these other services now who basically in Adam Silver's ear, and just with the powers that be in it, they're like, listen, you guys are leaving so much on the table. Just in the NBA will never be the NFL. No. But once upon a time, the NBA had a stranglehold on TV, and of course, now it's not the same personalities in the game that it was back then.
Right.
But the way we consume TV now, the way we consume games, I mean, everything is gonna be streaming. And again, old man don't get off my lawn guy.
Right.
That's all, man. Why are they doing this? Because this leagues are looking 5 to 10. Dude, people don't even turn the TV. Like, every TV now is a smart TV.
Yeah.
So cable numbers go down every year. So if you're not streaming, if you're not on one of these other, if you're not Prime, if you're not doing all these other things, if you don't have an app, dude, it's going to be hard for people to watch your product. So this is because this was NBC, everything is getting ready to get kicked to Peacock anyway.
Yeah, everything going to that.
So
all of that.
That is where we are. We are in a streaming world, and when everybody people who still got cable TV, like, it actually surprised, like, you still got cable?
I was going to say that because honestly, Amazon is like Amazon and Peacock, and that's the new cable now. Because don't nobody pay for cable. I mean, if you're paying for what, $8, $11, $12 a month, so that's the new cable, and I understand it's going to get to that. That's why I thought with the Max, with HBO Max, Max they call it now, I thought that's what they were going towards. You know what I'm saying? With TNT. Yeah. And the only reason why I say that is you're right. And it's funny because you still have Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is, that's why I love Charles. Charles be like, here we go showing the damn Lakers again. And they suck. Why we showing, but honestly, ESPN gonna do it too. That's all. I mean, that's all they do is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about NBC. I used to love NBC. You know what I'm saying? Right, they used to get it right. I mean, of course, you always going to show your premier teams, but they will spread it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It makes sense on NFL. Like right now, Kansas City has more games on prime time. I get that. It makes sense. But they still spread out to where everybody is, you know what I'm saying? It's not fluctuated,
Yeah, everybody but the Panthers. Everybody got a primetime game this year but the Panthers. No Carolina Panthers on primetime.
None. But I don't know, man. I just think I'm just gonna miss, though, just from a fan perspective. I'm gonna miss. It was nothing like TNT. It was nothing like inside the NBA. Nothing. It would never be that, because you had. This is what I say. The reason why they were so good is, they joked the fun times and all of that, but they told it like just how they saw it. They told us basketball players,
No
not
doubt.
as we're not experts, or we're not. No, they told it as, hey, we play the sport.
Right.
You know, sometimes a fan, that's cool. Where when you look at ESPN, I mean, I love Stephen A, you know, but he comes off sometimes he comes as an expert. They got the GM. I don't want to. Why we want to listen to GM? I mean, I understand he knows it, but nobody want to hear him, dog. Why you want to?
Yeah.
That's why people don't like Kendrick, but I think they trying to use Kendrick as their next Barkley, because Kendrick is going to tell how it is or how you see it. Whether you like it or not, this is how I see it. And it's more of a fan perspective. I could get with that. You tripping, but at least you're not saying anything that somebody else wrote down for you, knowing you don't know. That's all I'm saying about them.
And then so much of it too, like these last couple of years of TNT, like just me personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mike just kind of brought up Shaq. I mean, we know Shaq's. We know what he gonna do. You know, he's gonna attack Charles. You only been to one final, and then so I also think too, so much stuff is being said and done by Shaq off the floor that kind of creeps back into popular culture, where you know, you got folk talking about Shaq hitting their baby mamas in the DM, and you know, he doing this, and then you know he got this, and that, but all of that comes because it's Shaq. Mm-hmm. And so when we turn on TNT, we listen to what Shaq say, but then you know, you got people like, man, Shaq messy, man. Like he out here, you know, he'll paymaster. You know, they just looking at Shaq.
Right.
Other than
that's true.
The basketball guy, man, Shaq out here, man. Shaq think he'll, man. Shani say she ain't love Shaq.
and you know what? That's interesting, bro. And that's true, because like you said, he is involved in so much, and not just as far as business wise. I'm talking about, because I mean, in a sense, that's why we like Shaq, because Shaq is a real person. But at the same time, that can kind of come creep up.
Yeah, he kind of missing Marvin. He kind of missing Marvin.
And it's kind of like, you know, sometimes you see cars them get annoyed sometimes. Like him, man.
They do. Annoyed, he gonna sit there right there. He gonna sit there all the time talking about Google me. Oh, what you know about the finals? You only been there one time. Like, dude, say that Barkley was a man, dog. You don't want to be out here really disrespecting Barkley, man. Barkley is acknowledged as one of those guys.
One of those guys,
real,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You could have been the most dominant player in the NBA, but as we all know, that's why Kobe ran you out of town.
Mm-hmm.
You had so much other stuff going on, but that's you, Shaq, and we get it.
Mm-hmm.
We get it, but
we get it, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Ernie. You know, I mean, we're gonna miss them collectively, but maybe, just maybe, something else better on the horizon. I mean, we don't know yet. You know,
we don't know. I just know this. It's not maybe Amazon, because you can get more, and who knows, they might be on Amazon. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? They might do that.
We don't know. We don't know.
I just know, like I said, with the ESPN, I don't watch that. I've tried to watch it.
I can't.
It's like, come on, dog. It's. I mean, and it's. I know it's cable, but it's national. It's like the kind of where the show we can't do this. We can't say that. They be cussing. Charles would be cussing. They be. I mean, I like the fact that they know how. It's like we talked about when we were at the Super Bowl. How all the time we just knew how to vibe off each other. It was like, all right, you going here, let me go with you. If you started something, I know how to let me jump with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they have. And like you said, it could be something else better. I can't see it. It's hard to see it on NBC just because it's national. It's like that's regular TV, national. You know, they have a standard to uphold.
Yeah.
That's why we love inside the NBA.
Right.
Because you never knew where it was going to go. You know what I'm saying? Or they said what they wanted to say. You know, even if they got an argument, but they said what they wanted to say about the game. It was some stuff. Right. But like I said, I'm just, but hopefully Amazon, or we never know. You know what I'm saying? I'm
could bring them right on in.
I'm with you. Yeah, I like now I like when her, Kendrick, and I like my man. What's the guy? Played for the Nets. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, Richard Jefferson.
I like them. They got a little bond. You can tell they got something, going on. And then real quick, man, what did you think about Mike Malone? And matter of fact, hold on, bro. You know what? If y'all didn't see it, excuse the language. You know what? I don't even think I
You clean it up.
I don't know if I ain't clean it up. So I ain't gonna play it then because But we saw basically the guy asked him he said, Mike, the fact that you was up by 20, like how much does this loss, what do you say, how hurt are you, or
right
like just for simple fact that you was up 20, like how much does it hurt, and Mike was like, what, like what do you say?
Dude,
he cussed.
He went out, but this the problem. And it's funny how that shoe on the other foot. If we all remember Mike Malone last year, every chance he got, he took a shot at the Lakers. He just took a dig at AD, took a dig at LeBron. I mean, you're on top of the world.
What was he saying when
he talked about how so everything about Lakers, like, look, y'all want the Lakers here. We're Denver. They get all this. We're Denver. Dude, 2-time champion. Dude, you got the throne. You got the throne at on your own floor. See, it don't feel good on the upside. See, you were able to dictate the tempo of the interview, and we see this all the time with a lot of these coaches. Yeah. I'm calling him. Yeah. But he got to dose his own medicine now. Yeah. He's been the media darling for 2 years. And again, like, everybody loved everything he said when talking Darvin Ham, talking LeBron, talking AD, talking Lakers last year. They couldn't get enough of it. Mm-hmm. Now you get beat on your own floor. I mean, y'all did give up a 20-point lead. Yeah. Though you have to answer those questions. Ravi, how many interviews, how many post-game press have we been sitting in where the coach one way, I would talk about they front runners. When it's going good, hey, when they're on the other side of it, dude. See, that's what I love about Coach Popovich. Pop the same way,
no matter what.
Rain, sleet, snow.
No matter what.
It don't matter. See, no matter what. Now this young fella, now he has to take this and hopefully it's going to be a learning lesson, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people like, dude, you just got to taste your own medicine, man. Like, nah, why you upset now? Because last year when you was in the catbird seat, everything was good. You answered every question. You didn't feel no way about nothing you said. And even LeBron talked about it. He like, I mean, hey, they beat us. What can I say? But all them little digs, I'm showing the other foot now. Coach.
Yeah, man. Yeah, them digs was horrible. So, real quick, like you said, we hear it a lot. My thing is, to me that was a dumb question. It goes without saying. Yeah. But I always say, as a journalist, no matter what, we can say it's a dumb question, but the key is, and what we were taught in school, as long as you get your answer. Because he's looking for an answer. So as long as he gets his answer, he's good, right?
Because we don't know the angle that he was at. Like, he might be working on something totally different from what everybody else. Because again, that's why it's your question.
Right. And so I can say, like, so I understand, like, I don't like calling dumb questions. To me, it was he could have worded it better, because but like you said, because he wanted to know how bad is it? How bad are you taking this? He wanted to know, but it was just like, but Mike Malone shouldn't have
nah, he gotta be better
like that, bro.
He gotta be better.
He gotta be better, man. All right, man. So let me transition to this. We're gonna stick with the NBA since we're talking about it. We saw the game last night with the Pacers and Boston series, right? We saw game one. Great game. Honestly, I guess for me, I'll say what stood out, and I'm gonna ask you, what stood out game one is the fact that one, Indiana to me showed that okay, they got to the Eastern Conference Finals because OG was hurt.
Yeah.
And then and because of everyone else who was hurt and all, they were tired, ran to the ground. Nah, the way they kept coming back. Because to me, I know everybody usually the team that's out the longest, they're tired, they're gonna be. I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it as Indiana coming off this emotional game, not game 7, emotional 7-game series.
Right.
They're gonna be spent because they only got 2 days, just regular or 1 day. They got 1 day of rest. They played Sunday, they came back and played yesterday. So they got 1 day of rest. But even when they were down by 12, they came back. Then they got down again, they came back. So to be resilient like that and then take the lead, I just thought that you saw, I mean, it could happen to anyone, but the inexperience and the turnovers, unforced turnovers, even though it was good defense, but unforced turnovers. But then Mace, and he acknowledged it when Carlisle came on and said, I made a mistake. I should have called a timeout. We should have took the ball on the other end. Because that's what I said. Why are they taking it out on their end of the floor? I didn't get it. But what did you take, but good or bad, from either team? What did you take from that game one?
So I'm never surprised. I mean, we covered NBA. If you've watched the Celtics enough, you know that no lead is safe with the Celtics.
Right.
They had these lapses, and they just I put this out there last night. You're always in the game with the Celtics. I don't care how many points they're up, because they go into this thing where they just gonna jump shoot. They gonna jump shoot this stuff, right? They gonna let you get back in because they just gonna fall in love with the jumper. You're gonna get rebounds, and if you just stay the course, you will find yourself back in the game.
Right.
For me, for Boston, Drew Holiday is going to be the key to this series, because Tatum, I mean, I just don't view Tatum as a superstar. I don't.
Me neither.
Very good player, super skilled, but he just, when it's just time and he's supposed to be the guy, he's just not the guy.
No,
he not. And all these other things have to happen, and then he be like, oh, you know what? I'm supposed to hit a big shot right here. And so he will kind of do, but he's never like the guy where I'm just gonna say, man, we're gonna get that thing to Tatum and we're just gonna get out the way. We're gonna let him take over the game. I just don't see that with him. And with this Indiana team, they're so young and they're so hungry. And a lot of times during game one, and I think we'll see it some more, they're more athletic than Boston.
They are.
They are way more athletic. And I think that's what Carlisle is going to emphasize for game two. Hey, let's get out. Get out on these guys. Lemon booty. Because to me, and you and I, the back-to-back, the week that Boston was here when they gave up that big old lead here in Atlanta, that first night they had to stay in Atlanta for the entire week.
Yeah.
They just, and they did it last night. So many jump shots. They just jump shot. Tatum, once Tatum hit like two,
you want him to hit.
Never going to the basket. He's never going. And I never understand. Nobody can guard you, Tatum, when you decide to put your head down and go.
Because he started out going to the hole like the first 2 or 3 quarters. He was like, and when he shot that 3, when he hit that 1-3, I was like, oh yeah, they got him now. It's a wrap.
When he hit that going left, one leg, throw it up. He like, oh, this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always gonna shoot at least one air ball doing that. And my thing is, they don't make adjustments. You never see Boston make adjustments. I mean, it go back to Detroit Lions when they was like, oh, that's how they play. They should just play. No, you don't.
Right.
Sometimes you playing different teams, playing better teams. You got to make an adjustment because it's not. No, you got to. You got to go with the situation. Okay, this is not working. Let's do this. See what they're doing. You can't just keep doing what you. That's not going to get you there. And they just got lucky because, like I said, Carlisle shouldn't have called that play. I don't know what Halliburton was doing when he kept fumbling the ball. Like, bro, what you doing?
The late free throws.
Yeah, but I think though, like you said, with Boston is going to be Drew, but it's got to be somebody else. Yeah, Derek White or somebody else got to step in, not just during the game. But I'm talking crunch time.
Yeah.
Somebody got to step up the last 8 minutes to hit a shot. Yep. As you saw with Indiana, first it was Siakam. You knew it was going to be Siakam.
Siakam got busy last night.
Right. But Halliburton bought out. And then you had Turner. Yep. But when it got close and when it got towards crunch time, Nembhard came in and he started hitting. It was like, bro, this is the team. This is the team.
Yeah.
You know, you need somebody else to come in and do that. So I picked. I don't know if you saw it. I put on the Facebook. I've been telling everybody I had Indiana before the game started. I got Indiana.
Yeah. I saw that.
I just, just because Boston's going to give you a game, and this wasn't even a game that Boston gave you.
Yeah.
I just thought Indiana just earned it.
Right.
They gave it away. But Boston game 2, they probably going to give it away. They give at least 2 games away during the series.
You're always going to be in it with Boston. You're always.
So I got them going up. But like I said, who do you have?
So, I mean, I got Boston winning it in 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think the only reason they probably end up winning because it's almost like if this team fails, this version of this team fail, coach they're gonna show coach the door. You're talking about a summer where all summer. I need Mazzulla to get a haircut too. By the way, he needs maybe if he get a haircut, that'll help his damn team too. But for me, he makes no like. When are you gonna sit there and just tell Tatum, dude, if you shoot one more jump shot falling away, you're gonna sit over here with me? I don't give a damn what's going on.
Sit with me, yep.
So the one thing we know about Nia Long ex, bruh, he was a thug on that bench.
Thug dog.
And that's really what they're missing. They were a much tougher team when Mduke was there. They were just a tougher team, and now they've kind of got back in that lax. So like I say, Mazzulla be over there like sometimes I wonder they pay attention.
He just stand and look. He just be looking.
When they call timeout, he get the clipboard. He kind of walk off a little bit because he probably like, man, they'll figure it out. And then he kind of go back in there because the camera's gonna be on him. Like, man, you ain't talking about nothing, dog.
Right. Stroker Udoka. He used to be like, he'd be there. He'd holler at. He'd be looking at Tatum like, no, what you doing, dog? What you doing? We go. I missed that, but now going into this next matchup, which they play tonight in about an hour. So, what are the keys to the game? Juicy for this game.
First and foremost, I know Ant-Man. I know just the bravado, the Southwest Atlanta in him. He Adamsville kid. You don't want the Kyrie responsibility. You
I like the confidence, but
yeah. I mean that all sounds good. But they're not gonna have you go at Kyrie because if they do, guess what's gonna suffer? You on the offensive end. We not gonna deal with that. You can help and trap or something like that. That's not gonna be your primary job. If not, it's not gonna be a good series. I'm watching the evolution of Cat. I want to continue to see Cat, because you forget how long Cat has been in Minnesota. It's funny.
Yeah.
Somebody put up a picture of him and KG. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Right.
He really been there a long time. But we're witnessing, and I love the veteran leadership of Lowry. I mean, not Lowry. Conley, Mike Conley.
Conley,
left hand. So I just think with Conley, just giving them that big brotherly thing that he gives, and then my look at Dallas. I'm sitting here. Hey, Luka, Kyrie, the Dallas Mavericks roster quietly. When you just first glance, you're like, I mean, who on that team? But then when you start digging into the roster, you're like, well, they do have some interesting pieces. But also they got that fool man who gonna be running the point. And Kyrie different, dog.
He different.
Kyrie different. But I do think it's Ant-Man. I just think it's Minnesota's time. I think they both of these teams are evenly, they kind of evenly matched,
Right.
Especially now that you got Denver out the way, you kind of like, this thing could go either way. I think Minnesota has the overall better team, but I just think when you got Kyrie and Luka gonna have one of them games where you just can't explain it, his out of shape butt gonna go for like 45 or something. Like, how he do that? So I love this matchup. I got Minnesota. I think this one's gonna go the distance as well. But I mean, I do have Minnesota. But I think they're evenly matched.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing. I said this in the series last series for Minnesota. It was a great matchup for Minnesota because they had three bigs that could be on Joker. At least two of them played great defense, and few times, Gobert would play defense, but it was Nas and it was Cat. But then not only that, the simple fact that you had these athletic guards, because Minnesota, besides Aaron Gordon, they're really not athletic. I'm not Minnesota, but Denver. They're really not athletic at all. They're not an athletic team. They like to slow the pace down. But when you got athletic guards and then their size, when you got to defend them, you can't defend them. But at the same time, like I said, it was nobody besides Joker that you say, all right, we got a matchup problem with Cat. Right. It was a great matchup for them. But when you're playing Dallas, I like to call they got these live bodies.
Yeah.
You got Lively. You got Jones Jr. You got PJ. You even got Gaffney.
PJ out here.
PJ flex. Nah, I'm happy for him. I used to cover when he was in Charlotte. I know PJ, but I say that to say that now it's going to be a matchup problem because now with Cat trying to guard Lively, Cat is not athletic enough to guard somebody like a Lively or a Jones or even a PJ. Nas maybe, but I still think they just a little more athletic than Nas. Gobert, he does what I call, I call Gobert the best perimeter big defender that's ever played a game. But as far as guarding perimeter, he look like he catch it like he trying to kill a roach when he doing it though. How he be? But anyway, oh man, he cracked me up playing defense. But still, he might be your most athletic big man, Gobert. But you got three of them guys that are they just have live bodies, jump up, or even four with Gafford. So that part is I wonder how they're going to guard them there. Like you stated, Kyrie, who's guarding Kyrie? Now I would say it would be smart if you do put him on Kyrie at first. Because
some of the time.
Because Jaden Daniels, as good as he is, he can't play Kyrie. He too slow for Kyrie.
Right.
But the thing is, if Luka gets off, then you can have to switch and put Ant on. So I wonder how they're going to do this because Conley can't guard one of them.
No.
So you got matchup problems all over. But then defensively for Dallas, how are you going to guard Minnesota? Because now you say who's going to guard Ant? And Kyrie plays good defense. You know, people don't give him credit for the defense he plays, but
Oh
still,
yeah,
you got Ant. Conley is a person you can kind of like. He's gonna move, but you can sit Luka on him or somebody. But and even with McDaniels. But the thing is, when Nas come in, and then especially with Cat should average 30, at least 28 points a game.
If he get his butt in the paint sometime.
And I was gonna say he has to get to the line 9-10 times. Because can't none of them guard you, bro.
No.
None of them.
No.
You should be in the paint 70% of the time. Because I know you can shoot and go ahead and shoot. I didn't believe when you say he was the best big shooting man, but a shooting big man, I should say. But hey, you need to get your tail in the paint. So I just want to see how that's going to play as far as me guard you, you guard us, or we guard them. I wonder how that's going to play out. But I'm like you, man. I do have Minnesota winning the 7. I think that's going to distance. You know, I think
it's going to be a classic series. We're going to and you know this is what we say all the time. This is where NBA players they forge their legacies during these playoff runs. So for Kyrie, we know it's going to be like, yeah, we know you won it when Braun was there, but now this is a different kind of entity. You're way more mature now. You and Luka kind of, and I remember when he decided to go to the, I was like, how this gonna work? Yeah, I mean it's working pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And honestly, you think about excuse me, how with Kyrie, I mean, Kylie's probably the most seasoned guy, but like you said, when it comes to this, Kyrie has the most experience.
Yeah,
out of everybody on the team on the floor.
He been a few of these things.
Yeah, so he knows how it goes. He knows what to say. He knows what to do. I just my thing is, you know, will we see that Kyrie that God is going to kill him? You know what I'm saying? How are they going to play to that advantage? You know, is Jason Kidd going to say, all right, we're going to, I mean, you can't take the ball out of Luka's hands, but at the same time, you got Kyrie too, you know. So I just wonder how that goes. But like you said, I got them at 7, man. I definitely got them at 7. So look, we covered Atlanta sports. You know, we get to see Falcons on a limited basis, and I use that word because limited because, and we can talk about this briefly, but I just want to know your thoughts on the Falcons, on what they did as far as they added 4 limited partners.
Yeah, they man. So
go ahead.
Your boy Arthur Blank. So Arthur Blank does nothing original to everybody. I'm just let y'all know that he see other people do this stuff. He like, oh yeah, let's get that a try. So we know the Miami Dolphins, Ross and crew, they kind of made this kind of popular, and they bought in Serena, they bought in the Williams sisters, then they you know, they just give like these little small minority stakes to these people. So I think a lot of it is just, you know, you look at the names that they that they decided to bring in. And you know, Dominique Will Pack, he got like all the different people.
Williams and Rosalind Brewer,
right. So I mean, these are people who are like kind of influential in the community, and I think it's more or less to kind of tie in with his foundation. It's like, you know, at some point I'm gonna partner with these people, and for a few of the names, Arthur Blank, people in the street, they still know the kind of relationship you got with Rich McKay. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You know, we know he's still running it. So you sitting there like, well, let me double down on my black card. And you know, I got black coach, black GM. Let me bring in these limited partners to show y'all, hey, for the people. You know what I'm saying? Next, we're gonna see Arthur Blank with the Malcolm X pole. He's gonna be looking out the window with the doggone AK-47. So I mean, you know, I mean, yeah, Arthur. I mean, we see what you're doing, Arthur. I mean, what impact are your limited partners gonna have on the Falcons? Nothing, because you're gonna roll them out. They probably have a game where you're gonna introduce them to everybody.
Right.
And, you know, if anybody know Will Packer, Will is he loves attention. So you know, Will gonna probably be like, I need my own game, Arthur. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I want crowd like really love me. I want to be up there with Dominique Dawg.
He gonna grab the mic. Hold on.
Right. He gonna do a Kanye.
Right. You know, Will love that spotlight, boy.
I mean, he loves it, man. He know he gonna have on this FAMU outfit, and he gonna ask all the Blank. Well, 1 week can we wear green and can they wear orange and green? Can we dress like fan one game? I mean, because like, bro, you're a limited partner. Like, bro, listen, you lucky you gonna be in my suite. Like, stop that. Like, she was one of all out.
What? Look, she came 20 years too late, man. I thought I was gonna marry Dominique Dawes, dog. I thought if I ever see her, I was gonna marry her. We all had a
she one of them ones.
One of them ones, dog. One of them ones.
She one of them ones. At the youngest, like say one of them ones, dog. So yeah, man.
So all right. I want to talk about this, man. So it's coming up again, in the owners meeting and everything with Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell came out and he's been talking about if he's going to add another game to the season and make it an 18-game season. But he came out, and I was gonna make this my stop it. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna make this my stop it. But he came out and said that changing the number of games to 18. If we do, we're gonna go through everything. But if we do that, changing to an 18-game season and lessening the playoff games, have less playoff games, that's an equal trade-off. That's what he said. So hold on. I'm gonna still give it to him.
Stop it.
Come on, bro. Like, where the trade-off, dog? Because nobody playing in the preseason games anyway. Who playing in the preseason games besides Kansas City? I mean, and usually your teams that do play in the preseason, they usually be somewhere at the end. I mean, but which they got it. But either or, come on, Arthur. Yeah. I mean, Arthur, but come on, Goodell. Come on, man. Yeah. Like you and I just think you reaching, dog. I mean, we know what it is. And I believe that he don't want to do it, but he getting pressured by his bosses.
No, right. Listen, he's the puppet. We know that. He they send him out there. That's why they pay him $45 million, and he gonna get a raise. So they pay him to go out there and be the Teflon Don for the 32 guys who pulling the strings. We always knew it was gonna be 18 games. We always knew that it was no way you were gonna have 17 games. I mean, we had 12, we've had 14. When they initially thought we're gonna get the 17 game, they were only setting it up to get the 18th game. Now their thing is selling it to showing the players the benefit of the 18 game. Well, of course, the players gonna go along with it, because if the players care so much, their last CBA negotiations, they wouldn't have got floored the way they did. But the thing with the players, all the players are worried about is all the downtime. Well, we're doing too much of this, we're doing too much of that. They don't fight for the stuff they really supposed to fight for. They just don't want to be a practice. They don't want 2 a day. They don't want this. They don't want that. Well, okay. Hey, take the 17th game. Oh, by the way, take this 18th game too. And they're not gonna. He's only saying that now. They're not gonna mess up the playoff format. If anything, he already told y'all he wants the season to extend like by another week. He's already put that in everybody's head. He wants season to end like on President's Day. He want it to be a whole weekend. So that's the extra playoff game or the extra week that they've already they're psychologically building it in already.
Right.
So we're gonna get 18 games. The owners always get what they want. The players gonna always get the short end of the stick because as long as they getting that check, they good. And don't tell me about player safety because if you so worried about player safety, you wouldn't keep adding. Hey, playing on Wednesday. Yeah, we're gonna play on Thursday.
And that's what I'm saying.
On
Why
Friday.
Yeah, like it don't make
Get out
sense.
of here. Like we talk to somebody. Tell that to somebody else.
So let me ask you this: do you think if they do that? Because I don't know why they. I mean, because to me, if it's about money, I still think I don't know why they stopped the two buys.
Yeah.
2 bye weeks. Like again, I've been going back, Mace, and been watching. Oh man, I've been watching. Okay, I've been watching the NFL seasons, right? With the NFL seasons, I go back and watch. I watch the 1993 whole season. And what I do is I watch a 1:00 game, a 4:00 game. I'll pick one,
right.
Sunday night if it's worth watching, and then the Monday night game, and I go through each week.
Right.
And they had 2 bye weeks.
Yeah.
But the season was mad long. It was like 18. It was like 18 weeks. But you had 2 bye. You still getting more money because you got more games. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they're not going back to that. But if you go to an 18 game format, I know it's going to seem forever. But do you put 2 bye weeks in now for the health?
This the problem, Raphael. The NFL, we've proven, and the NFL has proven, anything they do, we gonna eat it up.
Yeah,
that's why they keep doing it. Dog. They keep pushing the envelope because they're sitting there like, dude, they probably sit up there at 5:45 Park Place, and they be all in the room kicking ideas, be like, hey, like them new Giants uniforms. Somebody who thought that was a good idea, like, hey, tell the Giants to wear them uniforms. I bet they wear them.
Yep.
Man, they ain't gonna wear them. I bet you they wear them. Do the rollout. Oh, them fire. Yep. They all sitting back in the room somewhere like and we really gonna put them in the uniform.
And you see, who was it? Who's their new neighbors coming on? Yeah, I can't wait to watch them. Man, shut up.
Yeah.
Neighbors, you just them junks ugly.
You know that's ugly. But the NFL is such a machine now. Like, dog, who's gonna say no to whatever they do?
Right.
Who's gonna say no? Because nobody is close. No other league is close to the NFL, and they just print money. We talk about this all the time. Think about how they just done Debo Christmas from the NBA. Yep. The NBA done had Christmas on lock for like forever. These last couple of years, dude.
This year, bro, they Debo'd in, man. Whatever, dog. We oh my God, yeah, that was horrible.
Mike, you're right, dog. He is he the puppet, man. He a
puppet. Hey, real quick, man. It just came out, the NBA All First Team. I think we saw this. But can you guess who was on the first team if you didn't see it already?
Who? What now?
The NBA All First Team. All NBA First Team.
All NBA First Team. Ant-Man. Tatum. Halliburton. Yeah, got to be Gobert because he was Defensive Player of the Year.
All off. So the first all first NBA team, like the first, your all NBA team.
Okay, Luka,
not defensive. All NBA.
This first team.
Yeah, remember Luka was MVP candidate, so he's going to be on there. But you got Luka, Shea.
I was gonna say SGA.
Jason Tatum, you was right.
Yeah.
Giannis Antetokounmpo
and Ant-Man
and Jokic. No, Jokic.
Ant-Man won all NBA.
Nope.
Boy,
not first team. He probably gonna make second.
It's but not first team. First team. That's
but who would you replace him? Because you can't replace him with Shea.
You can't replace him with Shea. Me personally, I would have took Luke off.
No, you can't take Luke off.
I would take Luke off.
What Luka did this year. Luka averaged basically 30.
He did, but
10 and 9. He averaged a triple double.
But when you look at those names, you can be like, if I got to replace if Ant-Man my star, and I'm just thinking on how New York and how the media gonna cover it or whatever. Ant-Man is he's way more newsworthy than Luka.
Right. I agree.
So that's the only reason I say Ant-Man not first team. Like, excuse me, let me erase that. Excuse me. Let me erase that. Give me Ant-Man over Tatum.
Thank you. That's what I was saying.
Give me Ant-Man over Tatum. I had to think about it because I'm sitting there like, why would I say Tatum? But Tatum is such a media darling. He's in Boston, and it's just that. Yeah, give me Ant-Man over Tatum. I apologize, Luka. My bad, Luka. Luka.
Here's the second team. So can you? All right, I'm gonna give you the second team.
Okay, Ant-Man got to be on the second team.
Jalen Brunson.
Brunson deserved it.
Anthony Edwards.
And Edwards. Okay, Gobert got to be on there now.
Kevin Durant. Yeah, I give him that. No, listen to this. Kawhi Leonard.
Bust. You ain't got to read no more. You got what?
Oh, but now you got to remember too. Now, so I think why they're doing this because remember, if you didn't play over 50 games,
I just say you had to be.
Or like 30, whatever it was. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So this is your third team, like Kawhi, but Kawhi bought out, but wow. Here's your third team.
That wouldn't have mattered, man.
Devin Booker, Stephen Curry, Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron James, and Domantas Sabonis. So to me, you put Kawhi over LeBron? I don't know, man. Who was Kawhi paying, dog? This joke on the USA team.
But here we go. Here we go, Raphael. This is why the NBA is such a tough product to watch.
Right.
This is why people don't rock with the NBA. Kawhi, when his team needed him most, where was Kawhi? I rest my case. Man, ain't no way. He shouldn't be on I don't care if it's third team or fourth team. Kawhi should not be getting no all NBA mention. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm shocked that that's what they said, dog. I'm shocked at that. I'm shocked that Kawhi got in. Like I would have put Ant over Tatum, and Tatum had a great year statistically, but man. But that's why you should have ex-NBA players doing this crap.
Yeah,
because I think it'd be different. You know what I'm saying? I understand his team was number one, had the best record in a sense, and he got the best. I mean, if you're going by that, yes, but Ant should have been on the first team.
Dude, to me, and this is just my humble opinion. When I truly look at the Celtics, I look at them more Jaylen Brown's team than Tatum. I know Tatum the big star. I get all that. To me, Jaylen is like the hands get dirty when they need some clutch to happen. They go to JB, both ends of the floor. That's just me. I could be wrong,
right?
But to me, Tatum and listen, Tatum is he Hollywood. He old good looking kid. He always got Deuce with him. He got his own Jordan sneaker, all that. You know what I'm saying? His lineup be all impeccable. He got wavy hair. I get all that. But man, miss me with that, man. He shouldn't be Ant-Man out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I can't.
Ant right now. Ant is the face of the NBA.
He is. He's gonna be
the face of the NBA. Second team All NBA, man.
Well, he would get it. He would get it next year. Everything, but
everything.
It's funny though because of like again when you think about Luka, it's kind of hard to keep him because.
It is, and that's why I apologize. Once I really sat down and thought about it, Luka ball, man.
He always ball, and this was his best year. I mean,
Luka ball.
Shoot, just the fact that Joker scored 70 points in a game, man.
In Atlanta,
and you gotta put him on that, but I was going to say that, but with Luka and SGA, and they were 2 MVP finalists.
I personally think SGA should have won MVP.
But remember, this is a positionless team now.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
And it was the first time you had two forwards and two guards and two center, one center in a long time. But there's no way that it's no way that Ant shouldn't be on it. You got to put him somewhere or something.
Yeah, and like I say, to me, SGA was the MVP. To me,
SGA I thought
MVP. Like
he played both sides of the court, and look how he elevated his team.
Look at that team.
Yeah, how he elevated the team. Right. So you're right, man. So all right, y'all. Look, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna bring in, because I know y'all want to know about these injuries is going on, and we got to bring in Dr. Donnie Fowler III. Got to bring Doc in, give us an update on these injuries. All right, we'll be right back.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta Surgery Centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and I gotta do an introductory style. I gotta give an introduction on how I'm supposed to say it, but we got the one and only. This is my guy, good guy, New York Mets fan, a Duke Blue Devil fan. Like, just you wouldn't think a guy like him would anyway, but no, he's a good guy. My man, orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta, Dr. Donnie Fowler III. What's going on, Doc?
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
Great,
Ceiling
man.
is the roof. Ceiling is the roof.
Mm-hmm. I would say I have a professional relationship with the Mets. Not.
I mean, that's right. You're right. He works with the Mets. My bad.
I work with the Mets.
Okay.
I still.
Wait. I'm sorry, Falcons fans. Not Falcons fans, but Braves fans. It's not worse as the Mets, but you still root for Washington, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I still stay true to my hometown, so I'm a DC sports fan. So just making sure that's clear. Just making sure that's clear.
That was my fault, but yeah, just want to get a good guy that roots for teams that most people don't like. That's all I'm saying. But
because they're not very good anymore. But I'm not a bandwagon fan. I stay true. So stay true.
Look, I've almost got cussed out a few times by calling them when Duke football team was playing they up. Like, Doc, not knowing, I'm thinking, hey, Doc, man, they look good, don't they? Raphael, why are you trying to jinx my team? Leave us alone. And each time I've jinxed them, so I would not call no more.
You have. So,
but anyway, man, let's get to these questions, these injuries. Doc, I'm gonna start off first, and I'm gonna ask you, with this Boston, we was talking about the Boston Pacers series, and we was talking about how we think Drew Holiday has to be the X factor after Tatum and after Brown, but they are saying that Kristaps Porzingis could return for Game 4. Now we know he's dealing with how you say it, soleus or soleus. Am I saying it correctly? How you say it? Soleus strain on his right calf. And you described what that was 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago. But how do you like his chances on really coming back?
I mean, I think it's pretty realistic if they're talking game 4, which would be almost exactly a month from his injury. And depending on the nature of the calf injury, 4 weeks is a reasonable time frame to come back, assuming he hasn't had any setbacks. And obviously it doesn't sound like they've certainly rushed him back. So I think it's a legitimate possibility that we see him. Obviously, I don't think he's going to be out there playing 40 minutes the first game. He's not going to be right away in game shape. So I'd almost expect to see maybe like 20 minutes or something that first game, just to kind of hopefully not tax him too hard. But I would anticipate seeing him back then. I think it's going to happen.
Doc, we got to talk Achilles. Old Kirk Cousins. We've seen photos, videos. He's 3-step drop. He's, slants, hitches, a bomb to Kyle Pitts. This Achilles. My question for you, Doc. With training camp around the corner in July, he hurt it. I think it was like 35. I think it was like week 8 when he hurt it. What are the odds that he will be 100% for the start of training camp?
I think he will probably have no restrictions at the start of training camp. Do I think he will be 100%? No. He claimed, I think there was a quote I saw the other day that if the Super Bowl was happening today, he would be ready to, he'd be able to play. And no disrespect, but he's again had one career playoff win. Right. Whether he has one healthy Achilles or 2 healthy Achilles, he has a little more work to prove before he's talking Super Bowl. No disrespect again to Kirk Cousins or the Falcons, but I think he will be doing his normal reps in training camp. I think he will be full go at the beginning of the season. However, I'm gonna be sitting back with my popcorn, just watching how things develop, watching Michael Penix kind of hanging out on the sideline, and just curious how all this is gonna unfold in the coming year. And I'm glad I'm not a Falcons fan and have to stress over that. But I do think he's gonna be ready and taking reps at the beginning of training camp, but they're still going to be smart. It's not like he needs to be ready to play in a game come the beginning of training camp. They're still work him in, but I think he will be ready for sure by the beginning of the season.
Well, Doc, I know Maceo just talked about Kirk being 35 and Rodgers is 40, and he's coming off I think torn ACL, right?
No, he's Achilles too. He's Achilles too.
So, yeah. So, and they usually say when it's your Achilles, it gets stronger, I believe, right? Am I correct about that? I've heard people say it should come back stronger or it shouldn't break again. So it can break. So
it can tear again.
So why is he saying, because he's saying that he feels great. He is no limit to what he's doing health-wise and everything, which I like how he said that. But at the age of 40, yes, it happened week 1 last year. But can that cause other injuries to his leg? I mean, as far as, because, as you get older, injuries are, you might hurt your knee one day, but then, that song, what's the name connected to you, all that start going.
Yeah, exactly.
Would that happen with him now that he's that age?
It's possible. I mean, these guys who are still in the league at 35 and 40, granted quarterback, you're not getting the mileage that a running back or receiver gets, but it's still impressive. It means that they have at least done a decent job taking care of their bodies, and they're not your typical 35 or 40-year-old. He's obviously had more time to recover than Kirk Cousins, given the timing of his injury. So he technically should be a lot further along, even though he's, I guess, 5 years older. I mean, he should be a lot further along in his rehab than Kirk Cousins as a result of that. So I don't necessarily think it's ever truly stronger than what it was, but I think he is probably healthy and cleared. And as long as he's basically built up the muscle back around that ligament or tendon, I should say, there shouldn't be necessarily a higher risk of re-tearing it. But to your point, yeah, if he's favoring one side as a result or a little weaker in that leg and he's putting more stress on his other leg, yeah, you can certainly put yourself at risk for having like a compensatory injury on a different body part.
Come on, Aaron, don't do it. Doc, want to talk Austin Riley, May 12th, he intercostal muscle. Say he'd be able to come back. He start getting some soft toss in and some swings. What exactly is this injury, Doc? And about how long should it be before we see Austin Riley back in his lineup? Because we miss him. Lord have mercy, we miss him.
Yeah,
I miss him. Jesus.
So, intercostal, those are the little muscles basically in between your ribs, like in your rib cage. So
swing guy.
So it's a little like an oblique or abdominal, just obviously higher up in the thoracic cage, but kind of really important with any kind of twisting, rotational kind of movement, like swinging a bat, which obviously he was cleared to do some soft kind of stuff, but also throwing and all that. You're torquing your trunk and rotating through your rib cage anytime you do that. So it's a tough one because it's something that with the repetitive kind of rotational movements that he does throwing and swinging, if he tries to go back too quickly, he just flares it right back up and then misses even more time. So, I'd say it's probably as important, like the intercostal or kind of, it's almost as important for a baseball player as I'd say like a hamstring injury is for for a football player, for like a receiver or something like that, where if you don't properly nurse it back and rush it, then you just end up being out even longer and messing it up worse. So it's a delicate balance. I don't think there's going to be an exact timetable when he comes back, but it's at least somewhat good news that he's been cleared for, like I said, kind of soft swings. I think he's 10 days or so out. So that's actually, I'd say, quicker than average. So hopefully that means for Braves fans, that means he's on a reasonable time frame to come back, but they got to be careful not to rush it.
Hey, we need him. Lord have mercy. We can't drive in no runs right now.
Well, all right, Doc, we definitely appreciate you, man. Trying to think, do we talk about anything that real quick? You know what? Just real quick, because we usually ask you something about what we talked about earlier. Quickly with Roger Goodell, he came out and I don't know if he's going to do it or not, but they're flirting with the idea of adding the 18th game. He said something stupid as if, we add an 18th game to the season and we take away a preseason game or less preseason games. It's only 3 already, but that's a great trade-off. No, it's not, because starters don't play preseason. But either or, your thoughts just quickly on that. Do you think that is healthy? I mean, we've never seen anything like that. That is safe in football, and if so, how can they minimize everything else as far as the injuries and all of that?
Yeah, maybe I'm more of even outside of just the injury thing, I'm probably more of a traditionalist than some. And I don't think a lot of people, at least player wise, necessarily embrace the 17 game season when they went up an extra game pretty recently, because they're not, granted the salary cap goes up, they get paid more, but it's not like they're necessarily getting paid more. I guess through media rights and all that, you do get probably more revenue sharing, I guess, for the team and the players. And obviously we know it's about the money. That's why they'd want to go up to an 18 game, because that's like however many more $1 billion they make for an extra week of football versus preseason when no one's tuned in. So, money talks. We all know that. I don't think it's great, and as rough as a sport as football is, to keep extending the competitive season, because yes, I do think it players are going to break down, and it leads to more injuries no matter how you're maintaining your body. Because to your point, yeah, it's not like they're going all out. There's formerly 4 and now 3 preseason games. The top guys play maybe a half of football during the preseason, and that's it. And then in a way, they're still usually getting a little acclimated the first couple of weeks of the real season, in my opinion. But yeah, adding another game, obviously, and I think everyone is smart enough to know it's just about money. I don't think it really honestly takes the best interest of player health into account, but it's just me.
No, it's all of us. That's why I said it. They should just add a second bye week like they did back then. You'll get an extra week of football. That's how they used to do it, So, Doc, we definitely appreciate you, man, and make sure you take care, and we will talk to you on next week.
Sounds good, fellas.
Appreciate the Doc.
Yeah, have a good holiday weekend.
Yes, sir.
Hey, real quick, you all, we're gonna make sure I don't go nowhere because I want you to see it. We're gonna take just a quick break. Doc, you can see this, watch this as well, but just a quick break. All right, we'll be right back.
For you guys, another story that most people don't know: when Romo dropped the snap for the field goal,
in Seattle,
I remember that. Here's a internet breaking thing right now. You're about to get something. It was not Romo's fault. Nobody knows it. There are only 2 other people that know this, and he don't even know it. It wasn't his fault. This is what happened. We're driving down the field, and everybody knows we have a kicking ball to kick field goals with. LP, Louis Philippe Lesueur, who's a snapper, I'm right next to him on field goal. And the ball's placed on the ground. I'm like, LP, that's not our ball. He said, Dre, yeah, you're right. That's not our ball. It was a brand new ball that looked like a brand new shiny penny.
I was about to say the glaze.
And I said, we looked at the referee and said, hey, man, this isn't our ball. He said, so what? Snap it. Like, man, this isn't our ball. You never knew that. And so we're arguing with the referee, and I'm trying to figure out, hey, LP, can you snap this ball and can I jump offside so they kick it so we can get another ball? But I didn't realize how much time we had and if we had a timeout. But we're looking at the ball saying, that is not our ball. And the referee saying, you better snap it. Brand new shiny ball. And I want to say a year later, they came in with the rule that now you can use the kicking balls.
Because I heard something about that
it's an absolute
they had the
fact.
wrong ball, or
we're arguing with the referee saying that is not our ball. Bruh. And the fact, here's another one that'll frustrate you. We drove down the length of the field to kick a field goal with 4 offensive linemen, not 5.
What?
Marco Rivera had slipped a disc in his back. He could barely get in the stand. So we were changing plays. He was on the field, but he couldn't block anybody. He had no power. So we're going down the field, and we're changing the play, just like, hey, man, just stay on the field so we can get down the field. Barely get in the stands. Got all the way down the field, getting ready to kick the ball. They put it brand new ball in front of us, and we're arguing with the referee saying this is not our ball.
Because that football, I said it when they were showing it. That football looked like they prepped it at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, I
promise you. I saw. I'm like, why does it look so slippery?
If you go back and look at that ball, you'll see, like, wait a minute. And we're arguing with the referee, like, man, this is not our ball. He's just like, snap it.
Mace, I promise you, I was taking up for Romo. I was like, yo, that wasn't his fault. That ball was mad slippery. And man, I remember
Nobody really even knows that. That was crazy. Nobody even knows. And so
memories, man. Yeah, I would never forget that. We were both shocked. Look at the skinny Maceo now, compared, shout out to you, Mace. But yeah, that was a eye-popping, shocking moment at that time.
I'm still sick. I'm still sick.
I was sick too, man. That's all right. When he shows, I'm gonna put when he started talking to my team and how it reversed, and how that energy came on me, how I was upset, but yeah, we had a good time. But yeah, Doc, I just had to show you that, man. Just your thoughts on that quickly. And anything to say? And that was Andre Garrard. If y'all don't know, Andre Garrard, the starting center. He's all-pro center that was with the Dallas Cowboys, and he was giving us, that insight.
No, I mean, I don't remember looking at the football like you guys do. I remember the play, and I mean, I believe him. I'm sure. Obviously, Cowboys fans are always looking for excuses, though, why they haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. So, I mean, just we can put that on the list with Des Bryant and the catch and anything else you want to do. But
so Mace, Dr. Fowler's Commanders.
Yeah. Which I say again as a Commanders fan who hasn't won a Super Bowl since 1992, so we're still worse. So,
but Doc, because of the rivalry, I understand because it's funny. We posted that clip, and on my Instagram, not on my TikTok, that is viewed up to about 45,000 times, and most of the people in the comments say, it don't matter. Y'all still want to go win the Super Bowl.
That's what it said on Facebook. On Facebook, he was right. Almost breaking the internet. We can break it, but it's over 440 some thousand.
Yeah.
On Facebook. Yeah. And everybody said the same. Now you got some people upset and mad, and some people was like, I can't believe it, but you got a lot of folks it didn't matter anyway. It went.
Yeah, y'all would have lost next week, so it didn't matter. It ain't like Romo was gonna win a Super Bowl. So I understand. I totally understand.
But no, it's real. Well, I'm glad. I guess that I didn't even realize that they changed the rule because that's kind of messed up to be real. So
yeah. All right, Doc, we're gonna let you go, man. We appreciate
you,
Doc.
I'm depressed again.
My bad. I ain't bringing on
this is the Cowboys' year, right? This is
no, that is not true. That is not true. This is Dak last year. We are ready for the Trey Lance era. Bring on the Trey Lance era.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Doc.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Hey, so let's switch over quickly to WNBA, man. We're gonna let everybody go because I know everybody trying to go see the game and all that. I want to talk about WNBA though. With the WNBA, I'm wondering, Maceo, when are we going to finally realize the casual fans, the media, that is more than two players in the league right now? Because the two players they have in the league right now is Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Right.
They just skipped over Asia. They just skipped over Stewie.
Yeah, man.
It's so many people balling. Shout out to the queen, Kalia Cooper.
Yeah.
Kalia Cooper, they beat the Aces in Las Vegas.
She went crazy.
Nobody had Phoenix. Nobody had Phoenix doing anything. They're gonna be all right, whatever. Yeah. Diana's old, great pickup with Tasha Cloud.
Yeah.
Kalia Cooper is a great pickup as well. She scored 37. The night before, she scored 38.
Yeah.
Or the game before. But nobody's talking about this. But Caitlin's playing right now, and everybody's talking about that. Yeah. So it's what I'm saying. So I wanted to ask you though, do you believe? Because I understand what was going on, and I don't know if you was old enough, maybe you were, I don't know, or to really understand it. But so we want to compare it to Magic and Bird, but for a lot of reasons, not just because the obvious, the black and white. Because to me now it's funny because Caitlin has Magic style, and Angel's more burst. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna do the dirty working, but the two different schools. That's the same, but coming into a league where I think WNBA was up last year, was getting better, but coming into a league where they're trying to get better, and you bring in these two stars with totally different attitudes, different. The way they look at the game is different. The way they play is different. But I don't know if it was just like that. We're going to use these two young players to get the NBA back to what it was versus it just happened like that. But so you could tell me, I don't know if you know or not if that's what it was or it just happened like that. But either or, do you think they're going about it the right way? Or not even that, how long do you think it would take them to go about it this way versus saying, okay, we got our eyes now. Let's talk about Asia. Let's talk about Stewie. Let's talk about Alexis. She a beast. Let's talk. So go ahead.
So you're gonna like this this phrase I'm about to use because I got this from you.
There we go.
So mugs be tripping, man. So I've been saving it. So this the problem, because if you recall, as we went through the women's Final Four, and we had all this attention, and mugs were acting like they just was all into the women's game.
Right.
I specifically kept telling everybody, watch the energy in about 3 to 4 weeks, because again, boom, draft, women's Final Four, draft season is here. The W understands more than anything right now. We got all the eyes, and of course, it's because of Caitlin, it's because of Angel, it's just because of this entire this draft class. But those two ladies in particular, the good news about this, everybody who plays them on these specific nights, and they're going to be on TV, they're going to get so much more shine. Because again, listen, yes, Caitlin and Angel, more Caitlin, I mean, it is what it is, have brought that, like you talking about the casuals. They brought down the casuals over. Okay, well, let's see what's going on. But by you following them, now you get to see a Breanna Stewart. You get to see a Sabrina, who is on her second shoe, by the way, which is fire.
Yeah.
And
they fire.
You saw the way they played against Indiana. And I think people forget this. It's a reason Indiana had number 1 overall pick. They weren't that good last year.
Yeah.
they weren't that good, and they're still learning how to play. But again, so when Caitlin is on TV on a lot of these nights, you're by happenstance, you're gonna get to see the other talent. Like, think open night when they played Connecticut. You got to see Dunquell, who just went crazy that night, and then followed up the second game they played them with another outstanding performance. When Angel was in Dallas for that first game, it was every time Angel touched the ball, it was the crowd noise was incredible, and it was for Angel.
Right.
So by them being in the league and them bringing all those extra eyes, everybody is going to be able to say, you know what? Okay, this is a good brand of basketball. Now we've known it because we've covered it for years now. But again, it's so many, like they're probably, and because they're rookies, they're probably the least talented ladies in the league. I mean, they just are, and they're learning, and you're seeing like people like, man, who is that? Man, I ain't know Sabrina range was like that, but y'all, they invited her to the All-Star game. She almost outshot Steph. Steph beat her by what, 1 basket?
Yep.
Like, so this league has been competitive forever. The Aces are back-to-back champions, but because Caitlin and Angel and that movement brought the casual eyes into the game, now people are kind of finding out now, okay, well, what we've been trying to tell them for years, it's probably the most fundamental league.
Yeah.
Watching the women is much better than watching the men.
Yep.
Especially if you want to see how rotations, ball movement, how plays are actually, how overload supposed to be run, as opposed to somebody waving everybody off to one side so everybody can go off the dribble, or you running 1-4 or whatever. Nah, come on, man. These women can really ball, dog. Like, for real.
I wish the league, I know everybody had their eyes on it when it first came out. Like, let me see what's going on when they first came on with WNBA in 97. But to imagine, to me, the best WNBA player has ever played, and I'm not talking more so of your accolades, because we know if you look at who had best career, is going to probably be maybe Diana. I can understand why Diana, because
all-time lead scorer, I mean, super decorated,
But when you look at, and this lady to me was better than Swoops.
Cheryl Swoop was a dog, man. I still got Cheryl Swoop's shoe. I got her shoe somewhere in the dog. They were doing my Foot Locker era. I was managing Foot Locker when the Cheryl Swoop Jordan dropped. Dude, people went crazy. Like, dudes was like, man, what size shoe? So convert the men's and women's for me, because they wanted. She was a certified baller.
Shout out to Kansas, our photographer. She always says that. She said that was her first shoe, but who was, to me, had Swoops, but not to me, was Cynthia Cooper. If y'all saw Cynthia Cooper play, if it was one person that could have played in the NBA, and I'm talking about because of how she, oh my God,
super dog.
Man, she was.
They won 3 of them things. They went back to back to back.
Tina Thompson, and back then them girls was playing like they played. But either or, it's good to see because, like you said, it's a lot of talent in the WNBA, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot.
But like you always say though, man, Muggs be getting on the stuff late, man. Muggs be getting on the stuff late, man.
So let me ask you this then. Let's switch. So you were talking about how the Braves they can't score no runs right now. They can't score any runs, you know.
And we can't pitch.
Can't pitch. They losing to the Mets. They doing this, whatever. They whoop the Cubs though, but they losing. Bruh, what about this team in Philadelphia, man? Are they for real?
Dude, yes. Yes, they are for real. The Philadelphia Phillies team is so complete. Their lineup from 1 to 9, unbelievable. Dude, it's almost like, okay, who we gonna pitch around? It's like if I pitch around him, well, he coming up. Oh, if I pitch around him, he come. Dude, they have a murderous role lineup. So the lineup they have now reminds me of that. It had to be like 97 Yankees, the A-Rod, the 1 year A-Rod finally won the world title. A-Rod, Jeter, just man, Bernie, you had just all these guys. So you was like, now who you gonna pitch? Oh, by the way, we just throw an old ass David Justice in there too, and he going yard on people. This,
you think it's better than the Cleveland Indians in '95?
I don't know if it's that deadly yet. It's
okay,
deadly.
That deadly. Okay.
I don't think it's that deadly. When you talk, man, Kenny Lofton setting the table at the top of Albert Bell coming up.
Jim Thome. Oh my God. Was Sandy, not Sandy, but was Roberto Alomar?
Yeah.
Oh my God, with Sandy. Oh my God.
Just super contact.
Woo. But anyway, go ahead.
When you watch it, dog, I get where I don't get excited because they're the nemesis. Yeah. But every time I see them play and you just sit there, you watch, you're like, dog, I mean, what can you do with that lineup? Like, what can you do? And now, right now, their pitching is so good right now. And yeah, they have to stay healthy. But for what they're doing right now, dude, the Phillies are scary. Every time they're on TV, I turn it on, and I'm low key jealous. You sitting there like you got to deal with you got to deal with them.
Yeah.
And you just think about the playoffs last year, how they just.
Oh yeah, how they just give me this.
But just
it's my punk. My bike punk. Yeah, they oh my God. Nah.
They snatching chains, they taking tennis shoes.
Bruh, I didn't see that coming. And that was like, whoa. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, in a season where everybody pretty much like when we just talk about Atlanta, you was like, oh man, it's World Series a bust.
Yeah.
Nah, man, them boys up there, them boys up 95, bruh. They're a problem, dog. They are a problem, and I would tell anybody this. I'm scared. Like I am scared, dog. Make no mistake about it, I am scared of that team.
Who is the team quickly? Who is the team that you're most surprised about this year?
This gonna be funny. Mm-hmm. I'm super surprised about the Braves. Super surprised about the Braves. Just didn't see this coming.
Yeah,
dude. The Dodgers and Mookie Betts, especially Mookie. Like I didn't think adding Shohei. I just was like, it's gonna take it to. They ain't gonna really gel after All-Star break. Then I'm gonna start paying attention.
Yeah. Quickly it came out the gates.
Oh my God. It's like Mookie was around there like, wait a minute. So we signed him for what? Y'all know I'm the best player in baseball, right? Oh, y'all believe
Right.
it? All right, don't worry about it.
Right.
Oh, Mookie is going crazy. Like,
Killing
he's going crazy.
Now, like we were saying at one point, I know I got to look at the averages, but I know at one point they had 3 players above like 350, batting 350. It was ridiculous. It was yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's I don't. So I got 2. I didn't think Houston would fall off that bad.
Me either.
I didn't think not that bad. And the crazy thing is, my man, Al, what's his name? Little short guy.
Second baseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's having a great year.
Yeah.
And he's the old one.
Jose Altuve. Well, he carry a big stick.
You know, right. But I just it's like wow. But usually when he plays well, they do well.
Yeah.
But man, my Cubs.
But pitching has been bad for Houston. Pitching has been terrible for Houston.
Yeah, true. You true. And like I said, I didn't see it. But my Cubs, man, I didn't see it this quickly.
So the thing again, y'all getting good pitching right now.
Yeah, our pitching is
y'all getting good pitching. Y'all getting good pitching, dog. And it's crazy because I follow Dansby like on all social media. Mm-hmm. And the thing about Dansby, and sometimes it's good to get away because him being a local guy here, and I just think he never really got comfortable here.
Right.
Now he's in Chicago. He's away. His girl up there. She played professional soccer, so it's like it's not no back and forth. I see a calmness in Dansby, where when he was here, it just always seemed like he was trying to. I'm from Marietta. I'm from what I'm saying. Around the corner from the crib.
Right.
He just and we always knew he had this talent, but it's like now he in a nice little comfortable zone. He not worried about as much as he was worried here. And I mean, dog, I see Dansby. I mean, he was always gonna be one of those guys gonna be a 300 hitter, got a Gold Glove. But I think now he's settled.
I was about to say, settled down. That's what I said, man.
I see a different Dansby playing in Chicago versus when we had him here.
Yeah, when he played the Braves. Yeah, and that was the biggest takeaway for me too. Is like, he's really settled down because you said one thing about Dansby, he's gonna represent. Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like he's repping Atlanta, but he settled down, man. But again, I just didn't see it happening. And then I didn't know what it was going to be like when we brought in whatchamacallit as the manager. I didn't know. I'm like,
but sometimes that you need that change of voice.
Yeah.
You heard and I think that I think that's what happened in Philadelphia with Andy Reid.
Yeah.
I just think it was just like we'll have enough. Bye, Andy. And it kind of revitalized Andy.
Go there.
And running back. But for Philadelphia, it was always like, the pieces here. Here come your boy that's down in
Sirianni.
Not Sirianni, but who won the Super Bowl?
Peterson.
Peterson. Bring in Doug Peterson, who kind of no nonsense, totally anti-Andy.
Yep.
And boom, they go
win one quick. Yeah. Sirianni. You're right. And then Andy wins. You're right. And sometimes it was just, I don't know. Like I said, just looking at him like, who is this cat right here? Like, I know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, man.
What he brings to say? But it's almost like Ron Washington, as good of a third base coach as he was here in Atlanta, and you knew it was time for him to go. He in Texas, it's like he old run, he cussing, and his post game presser starting to become epic again because you just thought, okay, him coming in, he finally got a chance to be a manager again, and you give him this squad who fresh off World Series not too long ago.
Yep.
But he and this is what he like.
You know what? I'll be quiet with this, man. We can end it with this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who Ron knows. Who he cool with?
Anaheim, my bad, y'all. He Anaheim.
Anaheim. Right.
My bad.
Yeah. But who he's cool with? What? I don't know. You got a black manager, which was common in major leagues.
No.
But a black manager in the major leagues that messed up. The cocaine?
Cocaine, man. Cocaine. That white girl.
This joker was on the Braves as a hitting coach. I mean, he got demoted a little bit, but
clean himself back up.
But you had a feeling he was gonna come back, and then he got hired as a manager in baseball.
Yeah. But I mean, it's one of those things where, dude, he served his time. Because now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was shocked he got a job too. I ain't even gonna lie.
Like, I'm just like,
but I think so many people looked at how he developed the young roster in Atlanta. Because he gets a lot of credit for the flip of the Acuna, Albee, like all those guys. He gets credit because he was like out in front of it, and you saw it every day. And all those guys like Ron Washington. So I think he worked himself back into a situation where a team like Anaheim, who got the wackiest best player in baseball ever, and Mike Trout, he hurt again. But you know what I'm saying? Always hurt. But you got this young roster out there in Anaheim minus Mike Trout. But you like, hey, maybe Ron can come in and do some of the same things he did in Atlanta. Right. And I mean, we know, of course, that Anaheim organization it's not as structured as Atlanta. But then you also kind of think about, like, well, you know what I mean? If they were gonna give him a job, that was gonna be like a job he was gonna get. He wasn't gonna get like the sexy job, the Cubs, the Dodgers. He wasn't gonna get one of those jobs. But send him out there to Anaheim. But like I say, he already putting up epic post game presses because he's looking around like, y'all just don't want to play no baseball, man. Man. I should be coaching third base still in Atlanta. Man.
But it's just dope to see. I think that's dope to see. And even when I saw him, that's the first. I don't know when was his first year in Atlanta.
Oh, he had been here by like 5-6 years.
So maybe his second or third year. Second year, I got a chance to cover the Braves, a few games. And you can see the rapport he had with Acuna, Albies, everybody, even the first baseman,
when Freddie was here.
When Freddie was here, you saw the respect they have for each other. They'll play around, they laughing, and it was just like you can see it, man. I'm right there, and sitting like this is doing when they before the game.
Yeah,
I'm by the dugout watching them, and it's just like
they all gravitate to run.
Yeah, so I
think gravitate to run. Yeah,
dope, man. Hey, you all, man. We definitely appreciate you all for staying with us, man.
Hey, man, I'm glad you hollered at your boy, man. I was like, boom, man. My boy, I'm here.
Yeah, man. And look, I gotta do it, man. If y'all hear this music, you already know what it means. It means it's time to let you go. Before I let you go, I got a couple of shout outs and stay tuned because you might be part of it. First of all, I get a shout out to Almighty God for giving me this platform to do what I do, say what I say, make you upset, mad, want to give me the stop it button. God, I appreciate you. I want to thank our guests. I want to thank, he ain't no guest, but Dr. Fowler for coming on. Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Every week, you know what it is. Got to thank my road dog, Maceo, for coming on, bruh.
Come on, man. You already know. As soon as I saw the text message, I say, let's do it.
Anything you want to say, dog?
Hey, man. Hey, big God. Everybody, Big God for real, man. Appreciate my dog Raphael, man. All the listeners, man. Everybody, hey, man. Do what you do, man. Love what you do, man. Do what you do, man.
Right. I want to shout out to everybody who watched the show. Now, a lot of y'all didn't comment, but appreciate Mike, you for coming on. Eddie, appreciate you coming on. Anisha Fenderson, she came on. Who else came on? Quinn Oliver. A lot of people that came on, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Also, shout out to my children. My beautiful children. Yeah, summertime. My nieces, nephews, uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters, grandparents, play cousins. Hey, let the family know that you love them. Let the family feel it while they're still alive. Make sure they can feel it. And hey, eat good, drink responsibly, be safe. You got WNBA on right now. You got NBA playoffs. You got the NHL playoffs. You got Major League Baseball.
Don't never say you bored. Don't never say you bored.
Can't say it. You got the ACC championship, all the other collegiate championships for baseball. Hey, man, until then, next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. When you miss me, I'm out. Peace.